Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the Eagle's Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. SNU basketball is on the air. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eagle's Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. Southern Nazarene basketball is on the air this afternoon. The Crimson Storm taking on Northwestern Oklahoma State in Great American Conference action. Hi, everyone. Luke McConnell here with you on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. A season full of curveballs has dealt us yet another one this afternoon. This time, Mother Nature, the pitcher for this particular curveball, as snow and ice across Oklahoma has caused this game to be moved to Oklahoma Christian University. An issue within the Sawyer Center due to the cold temperatures has made that facility unplayable today. And so we are here thanks to our friends at Oklahoma Christian University for this contest between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers in Great American Conference action. The lone game today in Great American Conference action. All other games across the conference on both sides of the border, Arkansas and Oklahoma alike, canceled this afternoon and evening. And an earlier start time for you this afternoon as well for SNU basketball. Thanks for joining us here on Crossover Radio Sports and the SNU Athletics YouTube channel. Today, the Crimson Storm looking to continue their winning ways from a week ago, coming off two huge wins over Southwestern Oklahoma State. As the Crimson Storm women gunning for their fifth straight win, the Crimson Storm men looking to get back on the winning track and run their winning streak to 2 games. First up, the Crimson Storm women. They've knocked off the Rangers twice so far this season, 90-66 in Bethany and 83-63 in Alva. The Crimson Storm coming off a 73-63 win over Southwestern Oklahoma State last Thursday night. A huge win for SNU and a very emotional win at that for Trent May's squad. The Rangers coming in off a big win of their own, 73-65, a win over Southeastern in overtime up in Alva, as the Rangers went 10 of 15 from the field in fourth quarter and overtime to pick up the W. We talked to SNU head coach Trent May earlier this week, discussing this afternoon's game and what the past week has been like for his squad. So here's SNU head coach Trent May. Time now for our pregame conversation with SNU head coach Trent May ahead of this afternoon's game against Northwestern Oklahoma State. And Trent, it's been a crazy couple of weeks on top of a crazy year. What have you learned about your team through all of these challenges that have gone into this season?
Well, man, we've had challenges since day one of school, basically, and not just COVID. There's been other things going on, and thankfully, just to continue things that you just sometimes you just can't make up. That you just go, well, it's part of the story, part of the year, part of what's going on. But there's been a lot of great things and a lot of great resiliency from our girls, just through a lot of sequences of events. And just that they don't bat at their eyes, it's not like now what, and they let it bother them. It's kind of like they shrug it off, laugh it off, and move on to what's next and what's required. And just like for academic pieces, I mean, it's just there was a lot of things going on for a semester, and quarantines and car wrecks and injuries and craziness, and our team walks away with a 3.57 GPA. And that's the part of just, you buckle down and do what's necessary, and you focus on the things you can focus on. And then, so that's a neat thing just to watch them, and, that there hasn't been any, you try to, you look at just the mental aspect of making sure that they're, hanging in there, and, every day they have that bounce on their step, and they're just carefree. And, there's been bad days, of course, but through it all, it's the fact that they keep pushing through and keep swinging away. And so it's been fun to just watch them and watch their growth through the year.
What's the schedule been like for you and your team since you played last Thursday? Obviously, the weather's played a factor and everything, but how have things been schedule wise for everyone?
Well, first of all, you say last Thursday, like it was last Thursday. It seems like that was 2 months ago.
Indeed.
We've had some, practices canceled. We had a game canceled at Southeastern due to power outage. Had nothing to do with the weather. It's stuff that you just can't. Again, you just can't make up. Today we're playing in a different place because we can't play at our home for a reason. And so it's just again, you just the schedule's been a little crazy, a little off, and you just try to again just paint the best picture that you can. But so we haven't been on the floor a lot. We couldn't have a contact practice yesterday. It's just again you just keep going and do the best you can with what you have, and you make that the most of every opportunity, which our girls have done a great job in. So on the floor, there hasn't been a lot of work, to be honest, because just the practice power and just different things being canceled, and so we're just but we're grateful that we get to play today. So that's the fun thing is that the game so far today it's only 9:45, so we'll see. But the game isn't canceled, so we're planning on playing at 3 o'clock at Oklahoma Christian against Northwest Oklahoma State. Feels like a little tournament action in some ways. So maybe that's a good little preview for us for down the road, and when we get to that conference tournament, maybe this would be a fun little way to paint that picture. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of where we're at right now.
Absolutely. Last Thursday against Southwestern, obviously an emotional win for your team. How has that been sustained or fueled practice, the practices you have been able to have?
Well, I mean, that was Thursday. The next day we did get to practice Friday, and we were ready to play a good opponent and continue to put our winning ways forward and continue to build off that momentum. And then we sat in a gym for over 3.5 hours with a canceled game. So and then practice is canceled. So I really that's normally a fair question, but right now there's no way to. Because we had 2 practices canceled and a no contact practice, so you're really you just hope that I reminded them at practice yesterday, hey, the last time we played a game, let's think on that for a second. Let's think about how good that felt and how we played, and I'll remind them then today again in pregame about specifically those what we did well and why it wasn't just it's always fun to win, but what got us to win. What did we do to win that game? And so hopefully. Feels like it was a long time ago for me. Hopefully it doesn't feel a long time ago for them. And so hopefully we'll be able to, play today with that same resiliency.
There were some times in that game against Southwestern you went with a smaller lineup on the court. How do you balance the tinkering in game with just, the experimenting, if you will?
Well, it's sometimes it's on matchups, and and just because they have a post player out there, what does that mean? It depends. Just if they have a guard out there who's, what does she do? What can she shoot it? Can she drive it? We have scouting reports on every single team and every single player on those teams. And so what you do is sometimes it's money ball. It's you're playing percentages and going, okay, hey, she's not a great 3-point shooter. We can help off her, and hey, you can guard her because she doesn't, and so what you do is you're just trying to find the best matchups possible. And one thing that I haven't talked a lot about lately, but Abby Boyd, my assistant, man, she does a great job of helping with those scenarios on who can we match up with whom, and and what point can we do that. And so she does a great job with being able to to find matchups if we need a specific matchup. And so that's why it's never a head coach, man. There's a staff on the bench for a reason. I happen to have another good one. I've always been blessed to have great staffs and just great people that can help me and help the team. And she's just another one of those good ones that does a great job with that.
Going back to those first 2 matchups against Northwestern, your thoughts on those games, and is there any particular reason you guys have been extremely successful against the Rangers the past 3 matchups?
Yeah, the girls follow the scouting report. It comes back to what I've been preaching a lot lately is how defense should not be off. It's not a light switch. It's not if you have a bad game defensively, that means you had a bad game with focus. You had a bad game of awareness, and you weren't dialed into what you could do, because defense is not really a skill. It is awareness. It's how we close out. It's how we you move when you're guarding the ball, and it's like that. You got to tell your body to really move and play with your feet, not so much your hands, and and then to box out so they don't get another opportunity to have the ball. So then you're playing defense again and even longer. So so that's the part about, is just really doing what we do defensively. And so we've been doing a really good job against them and running the scouting report and knowing what they do and executing that defensively. And then on the offensive end, it's, they've played us zone for the last 2 games. I kind of expect that again today, and the thing you have to do in a zone is you move that ball quickly, take care of it, make smart decisions, and not just take an open shot, but take the best shot. And so when we did a great job of that last time. We had 22 assists. We did not even shoot well from the 3-point line. We were 9 for 29. So we missed 20. I told him yesterday, it's like we missed, imagine missing 20 shots. And I said, we're going to get threes all day long. Is that the best shot? And so that's the part about, it's making sure today that it's about shot selection and making sure our defense is continuing to stay on.
And finally, your keys that you're looking for from your team today.
I think now it's remembering how we've been successful and really playing with that energy and having that strong mental presence, because again, having maybe 1 practice under our belt or 2 practices since last Thursday, that's not a lot. And so you just hope that, again, that the fatigue factor, that the mental capacity to make sound decisions and to be able to, to make those, those timely decisions and knock down the shots when they're available. So that's the thing. And just playing with that great energy and just that passion to, continue to put those wins on the board.
Trent, thank you so much for your time and best of luck today against the Rangers.
All right, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Talk to you after.
We get it. You want to advance your career, but without a degree, you're stuck. Maybe you were a few courses shy or didn't go at all, but now you want more. It's not too late, because at SNU Online, our courses are built for busy adults just like you. We've designed our program so you can log in when it's convenient to you, whether you're at your kid's soccer practice or taking a lunch break at work. With our easy and simple to use online platform, interacting with classmates and professors is a snap. And don't worry, an SNU online degree is the same as if you were face-to-face. And since our students study 1 class at a time, you can focus on what matters the most in your life. So don't let others pass you by. Join them and apply today.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Starting line is being introduced on the court right now for both squads. We'll run through those for you right now. First up for the visiting Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers, number 1, freshman forward Jarrah Whitfield, averaging 3.2 points per game and 2 rebounds per game this season. Number 5, senior forward Scout Frame, 10.6 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, coming off a 25-point performance in the win over Southeastern. Number 20, freshman guard Josina Frame, 5.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds per game this season for the freshman. Obviously, the sister of Scout Frame, 10 points against Southeastern, her second double-figure outing of the season. Number 24, freshman guard Lizzie Shepard, 6.5 points per game. And number 30, senior forward Bailey Brown, 11.3 points per game, 9.5 rebounds per game. For your Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm, number 1, sophomore guard Cassandra Awad of Lubbock, Texas, 10.5 points per game, 7.3 rebounds per game. Number 5, senior guard Alexis Jones of Burleson, Texas, 9.7 points per game, 4.9 assists per game this season. Number 14, senior forward Abby Nehus, 9.7 points per game, 3.6 blocks per game. That's third in the country. She sits 6 blocks away from setting a new school career record. Number 21, freshman guard Peyton Jones of Alva, Oklahoma, 12.9 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, her second consecutive start. And number 22, senior guard Kennedy Gillette, 10.3 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game. She's from Edmond, Oklahoma. The Crimson Storm are coached by Trent May in his 3rd season at the helm in Bethany. The Rangers are coached by Tasha Dieselhorst in her 5th season. We are set to go here at the Eagles Nest. Thanks for joining us on the SNU Athletics YouTube channel and on Crossover Radio Sports, your home for SNU basketball, home and away all season long. And a timing issue out of the gate. And we'll get that run down. And we are good to go. SNU with possession to start this one. And they'll be moving to the basket to our left from our perch up here at the top of the Eagles Nest. Awat, left wing, up top to Gillette, crowded by Shepard. Rangers come out in that zone. You heard Trent May talk about that in the pregame conversation, and the pass to Nihus is deflected out of bounds. Turnover for the Crimson Storm. So it'll be Rangers basketball, 9:42 to go, first quarter. And the pass deflected by Awat. It'll stay with Northwestern. As SNU extends a bit of full court pressure to start this one. Lizzie Shepard, the lone woman in the backcourt. She gets it and will work up against Awat. Northwestern in their traveling blacks. SNU their home whites. Here on a neutral court. Frame, top of the key, down low to Brown. Gillette gets the assignment there. Frame, run off the line by Nihus, steps inside, missed the jumper. And Jones has the rebound for SNU. Up ahead to Peyton on the left wing. No numbers, she's bumped off glass, no good, and Whitfield has the rebound. Shepard back the other way with it for SNU. She holds near midcourt. Now Frame with the right elbow. Now down low, Whitfield. Jones has the defense, blocked from behind by Nihus, but she somehow got it up and in. Incredible shot there from Jarrah Whitfield, and Northwestern strikes first a minute into the game. Jones across the timeline. Now Peyton on the right wing. Northwestern in that 2-3 zone. Awat gets into the paint, kick out, Peyton, three-pointer on the way, and good. Peyton Jones rips the cords from the right side, and the Crimson Storm lead 3-2. Shepard on the right wing, cross. Now over to Whitfield on the left wing. Whitfield to Frame up top. They dump it down low to Brown. Jones there with the double team. A scramble for it. It goes out of bounds off the Crimson Storm. A good hard double coming down from Alexis Jones. 13 on the shot clock here for the Rangers. Shepard triggers it in. Send it all the way up top to Whitfield. Whitfield to the left elbow, working on Jones. Spins, blocked by Nihus. That one will count. And Jones has the rebound. Long lead pass up ahead for Gillette. She tracks it down, waits for traffic to clear, puts it up. Still blocked by Whitfield, who came back inbounds to get it. Awat shovels it over to Gillette, back up top to Lex. Left wing, Peyton, she'll fire another three-pointer, and it's off, no good. Shepard tracks down the long rebound. A lot of scramble plays on the baseline both ways thus far. Whitfield almost stepped into a three. Instead, Brown dumps it down low to Frame for the easy layup. And the Rangers back on top 4-3. Lex between the circles, now finds Peyton on the right wing. Awat, top of the key. Behind the screen from Gillette. Now she finds herself wide open, doesn't take the shot, instead goes to the right elbow, bounces out to Lex. In the corner, Awat, she'll pull the trigger on a three-pointer from there. It's short, and the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be Northwestern basketball with 7:18 to go in the first quarter. 4-3, Rangers with the early lead. Crimson Storm 1 for 5 from from the field to start this one. Entry pass comes to Shepard. She'll work it up across half court against Awat. Behind the screen from Frame, going right, leaves it back. Frame, three-pointers on the way and short. Rebound deflected by Whitfield. It comes to Frame. She dumps it down low to Brown, but Gillette going through Brown to get the deflection, and Jones has the steal. Cross courts it to Peyton. To the baseline, doubled. Finds Jones. Lex, floater in the lane, rattles out, no good. Awatt tracks down the offensive rebound and fires it back up to Peyton. She'll pull the trigger for three. Banked it in and out, no good. Rebound finds its way to Gillette. She missed the shot, and it's finally tipped out of bounds by Northwestern with 6:40 to play in the first quarter. Harried play both ways here in the early going, and SNU getting some great looks, just not falling. Gillette in the corner, sends it out to Awatt on the wing. Penetrates, kicks it out. Lex, run off the line by Whitfield. Across the paint. In the corner, Gillette, she'll pull the trigger on a three. That's good. Kennedy Gillette with her first field goal of the game, and SNU up 6-4. Long lead pass for Frame, saved in bounds by Peyton. Up ahead, Gillette, bounce pass over to Peyton. Off the glass, no good, but the foul is going to be called on Bailey Brown. That'll be her first and the first foul of the game. What an incredible play by Peyton Jones to steal and the save in front of the scorers table, and then rewarded on the other end with 2 free throws. Peyton, the freshman from Alva. Dad played at Northwestern, leading the team in scoring at 13 points a game, rattles the first free throw in and out. She's an 82% free throw shooter this season, and she will have one more. Second one's up and true. So SNU leads by 3, 7-4 here in the early going. 6:15 to go first quarter. In the corner, Josina Frame trying to get it to Sister Scout. Does. She dumps it to Brown at the right elbow. The double team comes. Brown throws it off the glass with the left hand. And a nice move there by the senior from Enid. Her first bucket of the game. SNU's lead is 1. Lex on the right wing. Thought about the three, instead she'll penetrate, lobs it down low to Nehus, and it's ripped away from her by Scout Frame. Second turnover of the game for the Crimson Storm. Right wing to Brown. Back to Shepard. Frame comes up to set the screen. Shepard heads left, leaves it back for Frame. 3-pointers on the way and short. Good box out by Gillette on Brown, and Peyton Jones clears for SNU. She runs it along the far sideline, leaves it back for Lex. Fires it in the corner, Awatt. Left wing, Gillette run off the line. Back to the corner, and Awatt. She'll rise and fire for 3 and rip the cords. Cassandra Awatt just 16% from three-point range, but she's 1 for 2 from deep today. Her first field goal, and SNU leads by 4, 10-6, halfway through the first quarter. Shepard harassed by Awatt, gets it to Josina Frame on the right wing. Bounce pass to Brown, deflected out of bounds by Gillette, who came crashing hard on the pass, and that'll take us to a timeout on the court. 4:51 to go here in the first quarter. It's Southern Nazarene 10, Northwestern 6. We'll be right back after this.
At SNU, we recognize the sacrifices made by our nation's veterans and their families. Whether you're looking to move up in the ranks or start a new career, we have degree options and support systems in place that will help you find success during and after college. SNU has a team dedicated to helping you make the most of your VA benefits for education and the post-9/11 GI Bill. Together, we'll find the academic support you need and connect you to support groups in your local community, whether you study on campus or online. Going back to school can be a streamlined, rewarding process. Let us show you how. To learn more, visit pgs.snu.edu/veterans.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Christian University. Southern Nazarene and Northwestern in Great American Conference action. Again, a big shout out to our friends at Oklahoma Christian for allowing this game to happen here at the Eagles Nest. 4:51 to go in the first quarter. SNU leading 10-6. Maya Johnson into the game for the first time. Pass deflected by Awatt. Now it comes to Whitfield. She'll step behind the three-point line, fire it up. It's no good. Rebound to Peyton. Peyton Jones, cross-court skip pass to Lex. Leaves it back for Gillette. In the corner, Awatt fires it to Lex, rather. Gillette has it now. Right wing to Peyton. Over to Lex, left wing. Gillette penetrates. Bounce pass to Nehus. Left-hand shot is no good, but she'll go to the line for free throws. Foul's going to be on Jarrah Whitfield, her first, team's second. Kess Reeves also in the game for Northwestern. Scout Frame will check back into the ball game as Whitfield will take a seat. So Abby Nehus at the line for 2 free throws, 74% this season, much more in line with her career averages. Last season, a rough season at the line for Abby, but 74% right on line with her freshman and sophomore season. She missed the first. She's 13 of 15 from the line in her past 5 games. Second one goes high and falls through, and SNU leads by 5. Nehus with a point and a block. Needs just 5 more to set a new career school record. They dump it down low to Maya Johnson. Double team comes. They kick it out. Shepard, 3-pointers on the way. It's no good. And Gillette has the rebound between Johnson and Brown. Over to Awatt on the fast break. She's cut off nicely by Shepard. They swing it around to Gillette on the left side. Back to Gillette. She'll fire a 3-pointer. It's off all the way. Nearly banked in, though. And Scout Frame has the rebound for Northwestern. SNU 3 of 7 from deep to start this one. Shepard will try another 3-pointer from the corner. That's no good. Johnson the rebound over Nehus. Put it back up, and a foul is going to be called on the Crimson Storm. It's going to be on Gillette, and that will be her first. Northwestern 14.7 offensive rebounds per game. SNU also 14.7 offensive rebounds per game. It's a rebounding battle today. Emily Monahan into the game for Peyton Jones. Johnson at the line for 2, 53% at the line this season. First one is good. Johnson did not play in the meeting between these two schools in Alva back on February 6th. A 83-63 win for the Crimson Storm. Johnson's second one is good. It's 11-8. SNU with a 3-point lead, 3:37 to go in the first quarter. SNU shooting 27% from the field. All 3 made field goals are of the 3-point variety. Lex directing traffic now over to Monahan on the right side. Top of the key, Awatt. Awatt penetrates, rises up from the right elbow, and knocks down the jumper. Cassandra Awatt with 5 points. She had 12 points in the game in Alva. It was outstanding in the process. Reeves has it in the backcourt. Monahan will harass her up across half court. Reeves goes right. Backs it out. Skip pass to Shepard. To the baseline, cut off by Awatt. Pivots, forces it up, and she got it to go. Everything but the finish defensively for Awatt. The lead is 3 once again at 13-10. Monahan on the left wing. Awatt, top of the key. Now Gillette. They dump it down low to Nehus, and a foul is going to be called on Bailey Brown as she came over to help. Actually, it's going to be called on Scout Frame from behind. My mistake. Kenzie Dixon into the game for Northwestern as Reeves will take a seat. So a third team foul on the Rangers with 2:43 to go in the period. Awatt in the corner. Northwestern remains in that 2-3 zone. Gillette entry to the foul line to Awatt and tried to throw it out to Jones, and little slippage on that pass as Lex Jones not 7-7 as that pass was intended for, and it goes out of bounds. Third turnover for SNU this afternoon. 2:25 to go first quarter, 13-10. SNU leads. Brown has it up top, dumps it down low to Johnson. Johnson into Nehus, blocked by Abby, and it goes out of bounds off Johnson. So 2 blocks early for Abby Nehus with 2:16 to go in the quarter. Now just needs 4 to set a new career school record. Left wing to Monahan now. Gillette top of the key. Awatt has it. Looking for help. Now right wing, Lex Jones. Up top, Gillette to Monahan. Back to Gillette. Jones cutting in, floater, off the glass, too strong. Brown has the miss. Shepard drifting right against Awatt. Johnson and Nehus battling down low. Johnson calling for it. Now Brown has it at the left elbow, working on Gillette. And Awatt deflects the pass, but it comes back to Brown. Now Shepard, and she stepped on the sideline for the Rangers' third turnover. Georgia Adams will check in for Awatt. The freshman from Australia had 15 points, knocking down 3 3-pointers in that game in Alva. Career high for her. She's got it on the right wing. Gillette at the right elbow, leaves it back for Monahan. Monahan with a nice fake, steps inside the arc and splashes home the 18-foot jumper. Beautifully done by Emily Monahan. Her first bucket of the game, and SNU leads by 5. Shepard lost the basketball, gets it back, dumps it down low to Johnson. Baseline to Frame, back to Johnson. Johnson pivots and blocked again by Abby, and she's got it. Abby Nehus, 3 blocks in the first quarter. Adams on the right side, driving baseline, and a foul is going to be called on Bailey Brown. That'll be her first, 4th team foul on the Rangers with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jarrett Whitfield will check back into the game, as that is foul number 2 on Bailey Brown. Big development early in this one. Massey Beard will check in for Abby Nehus. Beard did not play against Southwestern last Thursday. Junior from Calumet, Oklahoma. Jones bounce pass into Gillette. She'll bring it back out with a fresh 20. Baseline to Adams. Skip pass to Monahan over the top of the zone. Monahan penetrates to the right elbow. Missed the shot to the left. Frame has the rebound. Shepard with it as she works it into the front court. 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Whitfield blows by Gillette. Stops, fires it up off the side of the backboard. Gillette has the miss. Shot clock is off. Gillette drives by Shepard, and a foul on Lizzie Shepard. That'll be her first foul. 5th team foul will mean free throws here for Kennedy Gillette with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a 15-10 SNU lead. Gillette's first one rattles in. 77% at the foul line this season. And she'll have one more for the Crimson Storm. Gillette 18 points and 10 rebounds against Southwestern. She cans both of those. SNU leads by 7, 17-10. 15 seconds to play in the period. Shepard between the circles. Dumps it to Johnson at the left elbow. Now to Frame at the right elbow. She drives on Jones, and she dribbled it off her foot. Oh, no, off of Jones' foot, in fact, with 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Shepard will trigger it in for the Rangers. 5.8 seconds on the clock. Monahan guarding the inbounder. Out to Whitfield on the right wing. Into the lane. Fires it up. Left-hand shot is off, no good. And a foul is going to be called on Massey Beard on the box out of Maya Johnson. Second foul on the Crimson Storm. First on Beard, so with 0.5 seconds to go. Northwestern will inbound the basketball. Just looking for a quick catch and shoot. Dixon has it, and time expires, and that will be how the first quarter comes to an end. 17-10. The Crimson Storm with the lead over Northwestern. We'll take a break and be back with the start of the second quarter after this.
Hello and welcome to our broadcast. My name is Danny Thomason and I am the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. You know, we compete in 16 varsity sports in Division II NCAA, and we could not pull that off without the help of a lot of wonderful sponsors. And so we would like to take this opportunity during the broadcast to say thank you to so many of our wonderful sponsors that help makes our athletic competitions possible. So thank you and enjoy the remainder of the broadcast. Bolts up.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian. Second quarter action as SNU leads Northwestern 17-10. Crimson Storm with a strong start to this one and racing out to the 7-point lead. They have really dominated this series of late. Just 5 of 15 in the first quarter, though, but 4 of 6 at the foul line. 3 made three-pointers. They dump it down low to Johnson. Faces up on Beard, sends it into the corner to Whitfield. Quick trigger for 3. It's over everything, no good. Rebound battle for Monahan. Saves it, going to the deck, and Beard has it. Up ahead to Gillette. It's 1-on-3, and she'll wait for help. Hands it to Jones. All the way to the basket. Contact, and a foul going on Northwestern as Jones gets the layup in traffic. Foul's going to be on Kess Reeves, her first, and the first on the Rangers in the period, and Lex Jones into the scoring sheet. With that strong drive in traffic, Whitfield checks out. Kiana Walker into the game for the Rangers. Jones's free throw rattles in. Crimson Storm already with 7 free throw attempts in this game, and they lead 20-10, doubling up Northwestern. The last 3 margins of victory have been 39, 24, and 20 in this series. Reeves to the baseline to Frame. Over to Walker. Jones closes out on her. Down low to Johnson. Working on Beard across the paint, and a foul. It's going to be called on Lex Jones with a bit of a trip and a slap across the arm as she reached in to knock that ball away. First foul on Lex. First foul on the Crimson Storm in the period. Frame into Johnson. She'll send it up to Frame, but it's knocked away by Adams out of bounds, and Northwestern will inbound in the backcourt. Josina Frame looking to get it in, gets it into Sister Scout. Over to Reeves. Reeves quickly down the lane, runs into Beard, who did a nice job standing still, and a turnover for the Rangers. Gillette up ahead of the pack to Jones, and she lays it in with a right hand. Timeout Northwestern. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 8:57 to go in the quarter, and the SNU on fire to start the period. It's 22-10, and it actually will be a full timeout, so we will take it as well. With 8:57 to go in the period, we'll be right back after this.
We get it. You want to advance your career, but without a degree, you're stuck. Maybe you were a few courses shy, or didn't go at all, but now you want more. It's not too late. Because at SNU Online, our courses are built for busy adults just like you. We've designed our program so you can log in when it's convenient to you, whether you're at your kid's soccer practice or taking a lunch break at work. With our easy and simple to use online platform, interacting with classmates and professors is a snap. And don't worry, an SNU online degree is the same as if you were face-to-face. And since our students study one class at a time, you can focus on what matters the most in your life. So don't let others pass you by. Join them and apply today.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. SNU leading Northwestern 22-10, just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Rangers with the basketball, moving left to right. Shepard picks up her dribble, gives it up to Scout Frame. She dumps it down low to Johnson. Good help from Peyton Jones, but Johnson finishes with the left hand. SNU wanted to travel there on Johnson, did not get it. But Johnson with her second field goal, or first field goal, 4 points now. Good pass from Peyton Jones down low to Massey Beard, and she lays it in for 2. Beautiful pass from the freshman. And the Crimson Storm back up by 12, doubling up the Rangers at 24-12. Frame in the corner. Trying to get it to Johnson. Skip pass over to Walker along the baseline. And Adams reaches in. Nearly had the steal. Walker gets it back. SNU converges. And it goes off of Walker out of bounds. Terrific defensive pressure there by the freshman Georgia Adams. And as soon as that ball was loose, the Hordes came coming for it. And Bailey Brown off the bench with those 2 personal fouls as she checks in for Maya Johnson. So 24-12, SNU with the lead. Lex Jones across the timeline. Rangers remain in that 2-3 zone. In the corner to Monahan. Up top, Peyton Jones. Now over to Lex. Monahan on the left wing. She'll rise and fire. High arcing three-pointers off the back iron. No good. Rebound deflected and Beard caught it, but she was standing on the baseline. And Monahan three-pointer nearly had to go through the rafters here at the Eagles Nest. And then a foul going to be called on Monahan, harassing Shepard on the inbound pass. That'll be her first. And the first team foul on the Crimson. Second team foul, on the Crimson Storm in the period. Shepard at the foul line, out to Frame. Now she dumps it down low to sister Scout Frame, backing in on Jones, and a foul is going to be called on Lex Jones, and that's going to be number 2 on Lex. That'll be the 3rd foul on the Crimson Storm. So Awatt and Nehu's back in as Massey Beard and Lex will take a seat. Inbounds comes to Bailey Brown. Up top to Josina Frame, working on the freshman Peyton Jones. Over to Scout Frame, top of the key. Awatt harassing her. Looking for Brown on the baseline. 7 on the shot clock. Shepard penetrates, rises up from 10, missed the shot to the right, and Monahan snatches it away from Brown, and a foul is going to be called on Josina Frame. That'll be her first, and the second team foul on the Rangers. Monahan on the right side, skip pass to Adams. She penetrates, steps around Brown, and she's called for a travel. 4th turnover for the Crimson Storm. With 6:50 to go before halftime, SNU leading 24-12. Rangers with 5 turnovers themselves. Brown, cut off by Nehus, finds Frame on the cut, and a nice bounce pass from Brown to Frame, and a layup for the Rangers. Peyton Jones flings it ahead to Awatt on the right side. Now Adams between the circles. Foul line Monahan, back out to Peyton. Monahan with it to the foul line. Cut off, back to Awatt. Baseline to Adams. Adams into the paint. Step through, missed the shot. Nehus the offensive rebound and the putback. Strong offensive rebound and putback for Nehus, her first field goal of the game. And SNU leads 26-14. 6 minutes to go in the half. Brown dumps it down low to Frame, got her behind Awatt and got it to go. Good position there by Scout Frame on Awatt. Jones harassed in the backcourt and is called for a double dribble. Turnover number 5 for SNU. Kennedy Gillette will check in for Georgia Adams. Walker is out for the Rangers, and Anna Motika is in for the first time today for Northwestern. 5:40 to go, first half. 26-16, SNU with the lead. Frame on the right wing. Up top to Motika. Now to Shepard. Monahan nearly had the steal, but a foul is going to be called on Monahan. That's going to be number 2 on Emily Monahan. Foul number 4 on SNU. Shepard has it now between the circles. Brown with it. We have a stoppage here. The scoreboard is incorrect on as far as the team fouls go. It should be 4-2 SNU. Or 4 on SNU, 2 on the Rangers. Still don't have it correct, but we'll get it sorted out at the timeout. Shepard moving left, now into the paint, rises up over Monahan. Wild shot's no good. Monahan in there for the rebound, quickly up ahead to Peyton Jones. 1-on-3, she'll bring it back out. Wait for help, behind the back dribble, gets free of Frame. Now Gillette on the left wing. In the corner, Jones. Not free enough. Now Gillette, run off the line by Frame. Dumps it into the middle of the paint to Awat. Top of the key, Monahan. Back to Gillette. Three-pointer is on the way. It's short. Rebound fought for. Peyton Jones had it. And it's going to be Northwestern basketball. A little far up to hear the call there. With 4:45 to go, Northwestern coming back the other way with it. SNU shooting 41% from the field. 3 of 9 from three-point range. Brown, top of the key, dumps it to Frame. Left-hand layup is good as she got behind Gillette that time. Jones doubled in the backcourt, and a kickball on Shepard. Rangers have cut the lead to 8 at 26-18 with 4:21 to go before halftime. Awat bounces it over to Gillette. Bounce pass down low for Nehus, but Scout Frame came across and has the steal. 6th turnover for SNU. Shepard, a long lead pass for Brown, who got free underneath. And the lead is down to 6 for the Crimson Storm. Jones, pass deflected. But SNU maintains possession. Now Monahan to the foul line to Gillette. And a foul is going to be called on Northwestern. It's going to be on Bailey Brown, and that's going to be number 3 on Bailey Brown. That's just the 3rd team foul on the Rangers. And the scoreboard continues to not be correct here. Okay, they've got it sorted out on the team foul. So 3rd team foul. Gillette is still at the line shooting free throws here. So I'm not sure if that was, in fact, a shooting foul. It definitely looked like it was on the pass. Gillette goes 1 for 2, and the rebound's deflected by Awat off of Northwestern out of bounds. Great hustle there by the sophomore. SNU leads 27-20. Jones inbounding to Gillette in the corner. Brings it up top, now back to Jones. She'll fire a left wing 3. It's dead on line, but short. Motika the rebound. She's doubled on the baseline. Gets it through to Shepard. Shepard across the timeline. Kick right to Frame. Frame to the right elbow, cut off by Jones. Skip pass to Motika. And that pass stolen by Monahan. 1-on-2, Monahan spins. Wild hook shot, fell off. She got her own miss. Shovels it back out to Awat. Top of the key, Peyton Jones. Three-pointers on the way, well off to the left. Scout Frame has the rebound, and she'll give it over to Shepard. Shepard bounce low to Johnson, and a foul is going to be called. Very, very soft foul there is going to be called on Peyton Jones. Her first, that will be the 5th team foul. So it'll be 2 free throws here for Maya Johnson. Shepard will check out. Referee's confused because the scoreboard's been wrong the entire quarter. Now the official is having to check with the scoring table, but it's correct now on the scoreboard. That is the 5th team foul on the Crimson Storm. Okay, so the officials did incorrectly give Kennedy Gillette 2 free throws on the other end. I assume that that was the case. So basically the situation is the scoreboard has indicated the fouls for Northwestern are actually the fouls for SNU and vice versa. So The officials gave Kennedy Gillette 2 free throws because they saw it was the 5th team foul on Northwestern when it was actually only the 3rd. That foul on SNU was the 5th team foul on SNU. So it will be 2 free throws for Maya Johnson coming out at the break. So now the officials huddle with Tasha Dieselhorse and Trent May to explain the clerical error. Now the scoreboard has taken away the point from Gillette, and it now says 26-20. I'm not sure if that takes the point away officially, and I believe that that would be the case. So the official continues to discuss at the scorer's table. So we'll see if that officially wipes out that point or not. It's officially off the scoreboard here. So 3:13 to go in the first half. 26-20 is what we think the score is. Just to reset, due to a scoreboard error, the Crimson Storm got 2 free throws incorrectly on the last foul by the Rangers. This time it is the 5th team foul on SNU, and Maya Johnson is at the line for 2 free throws. She's got 4 points today. She hits the first. She'll have 1 more. SNU scoreless over the last 3 minutes and change, as the Rangers have rattled off now 8 straight points as Johnson goes 2 for 2. Lex Jones will check back in with those 2 personal fouls as Peyton Jones will take a seat. So officially our score, 26-22. The free throw Gillette made on the last trip down, wiped out. Gillette cut off at the foul line, leaves it back for Lex, left wing to Awatt. And Jones will move back center circle. Monahan on the right wing. Top of the key to Awatt. Awatt shuffled the feet before she put the ball on the ground. 7th turnover for the Crimson Storm, as the 8-0 run for the Rangers has cut the lead down to 4. 2:54 to play in the second quarter. SNU started 3 for 4 in the period. They're 1 for their last 6. Reeves to Frame, top of the key. Johnson creating space against Nehus, puts it up, and she traveled before she was able to get the shot away. Nehus comes away holding that right hand. 7th turnover for the Rangers. 2:41 to go in the period. Jones across the timeline for SNU. Rangers remain in that 2-3 zone. Awatt to Jones on the right side. Tried to fire it down to Nehus. Pass was wide and stolen by Scout Frame. Reeves dribbling with the head up, leaves it for Frame. She goes to the block. Blocked, but a foul. We'll see who they tag with this one. It's going to be on Gillette, and that's number 2 on Kennedy. So 2 fouls on Gillette, Jones, and Monahan for SNU. And Scout Frame at the line to cut this to a single possession game. Frame a 63% foul shooter this season. Transfer from Cloud Community College as she missed the first. First player in school history there to have a career of 1,000 points and 500 rebounds. She goes 1 for 2, and the lead is 3. It's a 9-0 run for the Rangers. 2:18 to play before halftime. SNU has gone cold, and the pass into the backcourt from Monahan's picked up by Reeves and thrown away by Frame as Awatt has the steal. So SNU avoids a turnover and gets one of their own. Jones on the left wing in the corner to Monahan. Up top to Lex. Now Awatt to the baseline. Back up top. SNU swings it around. Gillette. Cut off baseline by Scout Frame. Back to Awatt. She'll rise up for the 20-footer. It's too strong. Well off the mark. Reeves has the rebound. 3-on-3 break. Reeves down the lane. Kick out. Deflected by Gillette and stolen by Jones. Jones up ahead to Awatt. She tracks it down and lays it in for 2. Beautiful fast break run there by the Crimson Storm. Defense into offense just like that. And SNU back up by 5. Their first points in nearly 5 minutes. 1:20 to go in the half. 28-23. SNU with the lead. Pass deflected by Awatt off Motika, out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers by the Rangers. Shepard will check back in for Reeves. Awatt will take a seat. Adams is in for SNU. Jones will bring it across the timeline for the Crimson Storm with a 5-point lead. Right wing Monahan closed out by Shepard. Northwestern has paid strong attention to Abby Nehus today. Jones picks up her dribble in the corner to Gillette. 10 on the shot clock. Lex to the foul line and Adams. Back out Gillette. She'll fire up a three-pointer. It's off the back iron, no good. Adams tracks down the long rebound, but it deflected out of bounds by Shepard. So a fresh 20 on the clock for SNU. Adams on the right side. And a foul going to be called on Maya Johnson, who got an elbow up high on Abby Nehus battling for position. That'll be number 4 on the Rangers, the second foul on Johnson. So 2 on Johnson, 3 on Brown for the Rangers. Monahan into the paint. Nearly traveled, but got it over to Lex. Back to Monahan, left wing. Adams up top. Now Gillette, right wing. Gillette looking for help, but she's trapped in the corner. Finds it in Adams. Adams floater over Johnson's well off the mark. Got her own rebound and put it back in. Great hustle from Adams. That shot missed everything, and she got it back up and in right before the shot clock expired. Shepard dumps it down low to Frame. She's blocked by Nehus. Nehus, the rebound, gives it over to Gillette. 7 seconds, 6, 5. Up ahead to Lex. Back to Monahan. She'll fire up a three-pointer at the buzzer. It missed everything, and that's how the first half will come to an end. 30-23, our score at the break. The Crimson Storm score the last 4 of the half to take a 7-point lead into halftime. We'll take timeout, and when we come back, we'll have first half stats, analysis, and we'll hear from SNU head coach Adam Bohach, getting you ready for the second game of our doubleheader this afternoon. Our score at halftime, SNU 30, Northwestern 23. We'll be right back after this. This is SNU basketball. Welcome back to Edmond here on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. It's halftime at the Eagles Nest as Southern Nazarene leads Northwestern Oklahoma State 30-23 at the break. The Crimson Storm raced out to a big lead. They led by as many as 12 in the second quarter, but were unable to get the job done as far as a big score indicates, as they lead by 7. Northwestern cut it to 3, but SNU rattled off the last 4 points of the period to take the 7-point lead into the locker room. SNU 35.5% from the field thus far today, 3 of 13 from deep. They started the game 3 of 6 from deep. So they missed their last 7 from 3. They were 5 of 7 at the foul line, and they had 7 free throw attempts early in the second quarter, and then went the rest of the period without an attempt officially. Crimson Storm dominating on the glass thus far, 21-14, 9-3 on the offensive glass. SNU's turned 9 Northwestern turnovers into 12 points. It's 14-14 in the paint. SNU's turned those 9 offensive rebounds into 7 points on the offensive glass, and they lead 5-3 in fast break points as well. The Rangers, on the other hand, 37.5% from the field. They're 0 of 6 from three-point range, 5 of 6 at the foul line. Individually for SNU, Cassandra Awatt leading the way, 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. She had a great game in Alva the last time between these two teams. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 4 points for Peyton Jones. She was just 1 for 6 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point range. Kennedy Gillette, 5 points, also 1 of 6 from the field. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Kennedy. Alexis Jones, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 2 points for Emily Monahan. She has a team-high 4 rebounds. 2 points for Georgia Adams, 2 points for Massey Beard, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 blocks for Abby Nehus. She needs just 2 to set a new school record. It's currently held by Amanita Fall, as Abby Nehus looking to close in on yet another career blocks record. She set the Great American Conference record a few weeks back, but she's looking for more here this afternoon. 9 points for Scout Frame, 4 rebounds, 3 steals leads the way for the Rangers. Maya Johnson, 6 points off the bench, 4 points, 4 assists for Bailey Brown. She also has 3 fouls. She fouled out in the last meeting between these two schools in Alva. 2 points for Lizzie Shepard and 2 points for Jarrah Whitfield for the Rangers. No other scores to pass along to you for the Great American Conference today. Number 1, earlier tip time than normal with this 3 o'clock start on this Thursday afternoon. On the other side, no other conference games being played today. All of them canceled due to weather. This is a lone game happening, and fortunate to be able to get that in. We talked to SNU head coach Adam Bohach earlier today about this evening's game against the Rangers. It's the second half of our doubleheader here today, and here is SNU head coach Adam Bohach getting us ready for tonight's contest between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers. Now for our pregame conversation with SNU head coach Adam Bohach ahead of this afternoon's game against Northwestern Oklahoma State. And Adam, the challenges have been many this year as far as just playing this season. What have you learned about your team through all of the challenges?
Sure. The guys are really flexible, Luke, and really resilient. Time and time again, they surprise me and encourage me with just how flexible they are, and they do a much better job than I do, oftentimes of adjusting and just kind of going with the flow. But I've certainly done a really good job of focusing and trying to control the things they can control the best they can.
You were last on the court a week ago in that overtime win over Southwestern. Can you take us through what the schedule's been like for you guys over the past week?
Yeah, it's been pretty normal in terms of we've been able to work out every day and had our typical days off. We prepared hard for Southeastern on Friday and actually drove to Durant, and we're in the facility for several hours on Saturday, kind of with our fingers crossed, hoping they could get the electrical problem fixed. And there was no real timeline on when it could possibly be fixed, and it was just getting late. And lots of different factors coming into play, but at the top of the list was the weather that was supposed to move in later that night, and it got to a point where we just didn't feel like we could get back safely, for sure. And so we went ahead and canceled that game, and so came back and had our day off on Sunday, and then like everybody, just been dealing with the weather, but have had some really good practices and are looking forward to playing today.
Carson Berg has been finding action the last couple games. How big is that for him? And can you kind of take us through his development this season?
Sure. I think Carson's done a great job of just staying the course. He's improved each year that he's been with us. And boy, he's been right on the edge all year, and has strung together some really good weeks. And I think he's been great in his minutes, Luke. It started in Alva 2 weeks ago, I guess, and then played some really good minutes at home against Oklahoma Baptist, and then again against SWASU. So we're happy with Karsten and excited for him that all of his hard work is led to some opportunity on the court.
Third meeting between you and Northwestern. Can you go through what transpired in those first two games up in Alva?
Yeah, they seem like just so long ago. The first one was, the first game of the season when neither team knew much about each other. The second game, if I remember correctly, was possibly their first game back from a long break, maybe second game back, something like that. And they didn't have all their pieces on that day either. And so it's just been a mismatch. They've hadn't been able to get as many games in with just being where they're located and the weather and COVID and all the different things. And so they've been really improving. And, we were in a really good ball game with them up there a couple weeks ago, and look tonight to be very similar.
Their point guard, Deion Barrett, back from injury, didn't play in that February 6th meeting in Alva. What does he add to their lineup that kind of makes them flow a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, all of us are so different when you don't have all the pieces, and point guard is perhaps as important as any of them. He's super, super fast. Luke can get by you in a hurry and get down the hill in a hurry. Has shot making ability, has the ability to create his own shot, and is a really, really good passer. So he makes other people better by getting them the ball in spots they can score. So he's a big piece to what they do.
You guys will be playing Northwestern in Oklahoma Christian's gym today. Does playing in an unfamiliar setting for both squads have any effect on this?
Who knows about all that? You can certainly dwell on it and make it an excuse or make it a factor if you choose. Super thankful for Danny and our administration to work hard to make this happen, and for the flexibility of Brad and everybody at Northwestern to, it'd been real easy just to close the book on it with the weather and all the different things going on. And so thankful for the opportunity to get to play today.
And then finally, your keys for today's game against Northwestern.
Yeah, we'll have to be good, Luke. Really secure with the ball and then run good offense. They, do some things to chop the game up a little bit defensively, or they have in the past. And so, we'll have to find a rhythm dealing with all of those things. And then defensively, have to do a good job guarding them. We've mentioned Barrett's really quick. Hewitt's a shot maker that can jump up and get hot and just shoot it right over the top of you and make it at any time. And then the big guy inside is really good, plays hard. And they all chase it really good on the O glass. So if we get them to miss, we'll have to do a good job of limiting them to one shot. I think all those things will be a factor today.
Adam, thank you so much for your time, and we will see you up at Oklahoma Christian today.
Super. Thanks, Luke.
That's SNU head coach Adam Bohaj getting us ready for the second half of our doubleheader this afternoon at Oklahoma Christian, as the Crimson Storm and the Rangers back on the court, getting ready for the second half of action Again, our score 30-23. SNU with the lead over Northwestern. We'll take another break, and when we come back, the start of the second half from Edmond. This is SNU basketball.
Rodriguez, and here at SNU I have learned how to be independent, and I've learned so many different personalities and how to work with everybody. SNU softball has honestly been life-changing. I never thought that as a little girl I would be able to play college softball, so it was a great opportunity, and these past 4 years have flown by.
Hey, I'm Sparky, and SNU has brought great people into my life in the 2 short years that I've been here, and I can't wait for a third. Bolts up!
Hi, my name is Cassidy, and SNU softball has helped me grow as a person on and off the field and helped me to make friendship that will last a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Mahina, and SNU has definitely changed for the better. It's just helped me find a home away from home. You know, being from Hawaii, coming to Oklahoma is definitely hard, but it's just made me me. And I'm very thankful for every opportunity that I've had to play collegiate softball, and I'm grateful for 5th year. Go strong.
Start of the second half here at the Eagles Nest on the campus of Oklahoma Christian. Southern Nazarene and Northwestern doing battle. Luke McConnell here up in the crow's nest of the Eagles Nest. And we are back to action here as SNU with the basketball moving left to right. Starting lineup back on the court, and a quick turnover for the Crimson Storm. Shepard with the steal, runs into Jones, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Lizzie Shepard as Peyton Jones took the shoulder right in the midsection. That'll be number 3 on Lizzie Shepard. Jones a little slow holding that midsection still. Might have had the wind knocked out of her. Took a shot there from Shepard. So that's number 3 on Shepard. And SNU gets it right back. Gillette at the right elbow. Back to Peyton. Over to Awatt, top of the key. Crosses over, gets inside. In the corner, Gillette. Inside, leaves it for Awatt. 15-foot jumpers on the way. It's long. Gillette the offensive rebound. The 10th of the game for SNU. Skip pass to Peyton. 13 on the clock as she sends it back up top to Lex. Baseline to Awatt, to Jones. Gillette. 18-foot jumper is pure from Kennedy Gillette. And SNU's run off the last 6 in this contest, and they lead 32-23. Shepard against Awatt as the Rangers go right to left here in the second half. Goes out of bounds, deflected by Awatt. Josina Frame will inbound in front of the Northwestern bench, and then Awatt has the steal on this one. Awatt will bring it across the timeline herself. Lex, left wing Gillette in the corner to Peyton. Peyton moves top of the key, bounce passes over to Gillette. Gillette cut off on the baseline, and a travel is going to be called. Gillette couldn't quite get rid of the pass in time before she shuffled her feet. That's the 11th turnover for the Crimson Storm today, 11 for the Rangers as well. SNU with 20 turnovers in 4 of the last 5 games. Backdoor cut, Josina Frame had to double clutch to avoid the block of Nihus. It goes out of bounds as Whitfield was unable to save it. Back to SNU, 8:15 to go, third quarter, 32-23. Crimson Storm with the lead. They led nearly the entire way. The Rangers led 4-3 at one point, and 2-0. Gillette back to Lex. Skip pass to Jones, run off the three-point line. Down low, pass deflected. Nehus tracks it down. 4 on the clock. Lex has to fire up a deep three-pointer. It skims off the rim, no good. And Brown has the rebound. Shepard working to the right side, crosses over on Awatt. Left wing, Whitfield. Down low, Scout Frame, fade away, off the iron, and it rolls around and drops for Scout Frame. She's got 11 this afternoon, and her hot streak continues for Northwestern. Gillette over to Jones on the left wing. Skip pass to Lex. Lex creates some space, dumps it down low to Nehus, and Frame comes across with the steal. Frame nearly bumped off her spot by her own teammate, but gives it back to Shepard. 32-25, 7 minutes to go. And Nehus with the rejection out of bounds, and she's tied the school record with that block. One more will give her a new school record in career blocks. Kinsey Dixon in for Josina Frame. Shepard to Whitfield. Whitfield picks up her dribble. And that's going to be a 5-second call. Nope, and a timeout is going to be called by the far side official. The near side official was indicating the 5 seconds. Far side got the timeout for Northwestern. That'll take us to a timeout as well. 6:55 to go third quarter. 32-25, SNU with the lead. We'll be back right after this.
Hello and welcome to our broadcast. My name is Danny Thomason and I am the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. You know, we compete in 16 varsity sports in Division II NCAA, and we could not pull that off without the help of a lot of wonderful sponsors. And so we would like to take this opportunity during the broadcast to say thank you to so many of our wonderful sponsors that help makes our athletic competitions possible. So thank you and enjoy the remainder of the broadcast. Bolts up.
Welcome back to Crimson Storm basketball. The SNU women leading Northwestern 32-25 with 6:55 to go in the third quarter. Abby Nehus just tied the SNU career blocks record. Scout Frame dumps it down low to Bailey Brown. Got it, and the foul on Kennedy Gillette, and that's going to be number 3 on Kennedy Gillette with 6:52 to go in the third quarter. The Rangers have cut it to 32-27. That last block by Nehus, tying the school record set by Amanita Fall. But one more for Abby will put her atop that list. Brown hits the free throw. 78% at the line this season. The lead is 4. Full court pressure extended by the Rangers. Good screen by Lex to free up Awatt. Right elbow jumper is on the way. It's no good. Rebound fought for, and Whitfield has it in the corner. Shepard racing into the front court. Cross half court, kicks to Brown, dumps it down low to Frame, and that one's blocked by Peyton Jones. Nehus has the rebound. Over to Lex. Right wing to Peyton. Back to Awatt. Awatt in the corner. Gillette. They swing it over to left wing to Lex. Thought about it. Instead, gives it up to Gillette, top of the key. Gillette to the foul line. 8 on the shot clock. Corner 3 on the way from Awatt's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds off of Nehus. Crimson Storm have gone cold from the field. They're 1 for 5 to start the period. Maya Johnson will check in for Whitfield. So both Johnson and Brown out there right now for Northwestern. Shepard across the timeline, and Awatt slaps that out of bounds. Tasha Dieselhorst looking for a forearm on Awatt. Brown to Johnson. Faces up on knee, who's top of the key. Dumps it down low to Frame, who got free of Jones, but she missed the layup. And then she goes over the back. She goes over the back, getting the rebound. So that'll be number 2 on Scout Frame. Second foul on the Rangers here in the quarter. Jones left wing with it. Back to Gillette. She's open, doesn't take the shot, steps inside, gives it to Awatt left elbow. Awatt back in the corner, deflected out of bounds. 16 on the shot clock as SNU will inbound on the baseline. Jones gets it into Awatt. Awatt moves center circle, penetrates, finds Lex on the baseline. They kick it back out to Gillette. Back to Awatt, now to Lex. Left wing 3 is on the way, and in and out, no good. Awatt tips the rebound out of bounds, out of Johnson's hands. 5:21 to go in the third quarter. Crimson Storm lead by 4. They've led by as many as 12. Just 6 points for the Crimson Storm in the last nearly 10 minutes of game action. Frame on the right, in the right corner. Cross courts it to Shepard. She dumps it down low to Johnson. Johnson pivots, gets through, missed the shot. And then Jones has the rebound ripped away from her by Kinsey Dixon, and a tie-up is called. It'll be Northwestern basketball. Emily Monahan will check in for Awatt. So a fresh 20 on the board for the Rangers with 4:58 to go in the third quarter. Brown gets it into Johnson. She'll give it up to Frame. Frame to Brown on the left elbow. Working against Gillette. Fires at the shots. Too strong off the backboard. Rebound fought for. Lex tracks it down, but it's saved to Frame. The official talking to the scoreboard. So they rule SNU had possession long enough. So it's a fresh 30 for the Rangers. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Shepard spins away from Monahan all the way to the basket. Gets the shot to go, and the foul is going to go on Emily Monahan, and that will be number 3 on Monahan. The Crimson Storm looking for answers offensively. 1 for 6 from the field in the period, and 7 for 22 over the last 2 quarters. SNU's missed their last 10 from three-point range as well. Shepard hits the free throw. It's a 1-point game, 32-31 with 4:28 to go in the third quarter. Skip pass to Monahan. She drives by Brown, steps around Johnson, corner to Jones. Up top, Lex. She penetrates, kicks it out to Monahan. Saved it along the sidelines. Peyton Jones inside, and a foul is going to be called as Peyton Jones went in looking for contact. The foul's going to be on Dixon. That'll be her first. And the third team foul on the Rangers. So 20 on the shot clock for SNU with 4:12 to go in the third quarter. Lex to Peyton. Up top, Monahan. Right wing to Lex. They swing it around. Monahan penetrates. Kicks it back out. Peyton run off the line. Resets. Fires a three-pointer. And rattles it in. Timeout for Trent May. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. SNU finally gets a field goal to fall. It's 35-31. Crimson Storm hanging to a 4-point lead. We'll be back right after this. This is SNU basketball.
We get it. You want to advance your career, but without a degree, you're stuck. Maybe you were a few courses shy, or didn't go at all, but now you want more. It's not too late. Because at SNU Online, our courses are built for busy adults just like you. We've designed our program so you can log in when it's convenient to you, whether you're at your kid's soccer practice or taking a lunch break at work. With our easy and simple to use online platform, interacting with classmates and professors is a snap. And don't worry, an SNU online degree is the same as if you were face-to-face. And since our students study one class at a time, you can focus on what matters the most in your life. So don't let others pass you by. Join them and apply today.
Welcome back. SNU leading Northwestern 35-31. That three-pointer from Peyton Jones, her second of the afternoon, and a much-needed three-pointer from for the Crimson Storm, as they'd gone nearly over 5 minutes without a point here in the second half. So SNU leads 35-31, 3:55 to go in the third quarter. Brown trying to get it in, gets it into Shepard as Monahan slipped down. Shepard into the front court all the way, and ball deflected off of Nehus's foot, and then it's stolen back by Shepard, and a foul is going to be called on Peyton Jones as Shepard fell over her. Tasha Dieselhorst was looking for the kick. It definitely went right off of Nehus's foot. That'll be second foul on Jones, third on the Crimson Storm. Shepard has it near half court with a fresh 30 on the clock. Shepard from the right elbow rises up, too long with the jumper. Lex has the rebound, clears traffic, looking for help. She's on the break, skips it, floats it, too short for Jones, and Johnson has the steal. Shepard got away from a few defenders, kicks it out to Frame on the right side. She dumps it down low to Johnson. Johnson faces up. Jones rips it off of Johnson's leg and out of bounds. Excellent job by Lex Jones slapping that ball off of Johnson's leg and out of bounds. 14th turnover for the Rangers today. Peyton to the foul line. Bounces down low to Nehus. Missed the shot, got her own rebound, goes to the other side. Too strong with it. Bailey Brown had it. Nearly had it stolen, and now she's got it in the front court. Brown looking for help, finds it in Frame, wide open on the right wing. She'll fire it up from there and knock it down. 1 point game again, 35-34. Scout Frame with 14 points, averaging 14, and now a steal the other way. Brown to the baseline, through Lex Jones, missed the shot, and Gillette has the rebound. SNU with 15 turnovers today. Northwestern especially active. Kick out, Monahan. Top of the key with it. Back to Gillette on the left wing. Inside, trying to get it to Nehus. Now Gillette has it on the left side. Lex into the paint, kick out, corner. Gillette, three-pointers on the way and short. Alexis Jones has the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Northwestern. It's going to go on Maya Johnson. That's going to be her first foul. Fourth team foul on the Rangers with 2:03 to go in the period. Josina Frame and Jara Whitfield will check back in. Scout Frame and Kinsey Dixon will check out. Lex on the baseline will trigger it in for SNU. Fires it up top to Nehus. Now Monahan with left wing, Gillette. Top Monahan. Jones now on the right side. Behind the screen from Lex. She'll fire up a deep three-pointer. It's off, no good. Monahan tracks down the long rebound for SNU, and another reset. Peyton to the baseline. Skip pass. Monahan. She'll fire a three-pointer. And rip the cords. Great cross-court pass from Peyton Jones to Emily Monahan. Monahan's got her first three of the game. SNU back up by 4 with a minute and a half to play. Shepard on the right side, dumps it down low to Johnson. Steps through, cleared out Nihus, who fell to the floor. And Johnson lays it in for two. 38-36. Jones up ahead to Peyton on the baseline. She'll drive, is hammered by Johnson. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So Peyton Jones at the line for 2 free throws. She's 1 for 2 today. 7 points, 2 of 8 shooting, both of those coming from behind the 3-point line. Massey Beard will check in, and Abby Nihus will take a seat. So we won't have to worry about career records for the moment. But Abby sitting just 1 block away from setting a new school record in career blocks. Peyton Jones hits the first free throw. She'll have 1 more. She's got a team-high 8 points. Scout frame for Northwestern, a game-high 14. Jones goes 2 for 2. And SNU leads by 4 again at 40-36. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Shepard behind the screen from Brown. Holding on the right side. And Johnson sends Massey Beard to the floor. And the foul is going to be called on Massey Beard. That's going to be her second, 4th team foul. Maya Johnson starting to assert herself inside a little bit. Faces up on Beard. Spins, leaves it for Whitfield. 20-foot jumper is on the way and off. Johnson, the offensive rebound. Lex took it away from her, and a tie-up will give the basketball to SNU. Lex has done a great job reaching in there this afternoon against Johnson when she gets the ball in the post. She forced another turnover there, the 15th of the game for the Rangers. SNU sitting on 15 themselves. Monahan to Peyton, top of the key. Drives, kicks corner to Monahan. Back left wing to Peyton. Lex, kick corner Monahan again. Monahan across everything to Gillette. 10 on the shot clock as she rises up and knocks down the jumper. Kenny Gillette with 9 points. Shot clock is off. 18 seconds to go in the period. SNU up 6. Shepard on the right wing. Behind the screen from Brown. She'll fire up a 3-pointer, and that's perfect from Lizzie Shepard. Jones gets it into Gillette. Pass was nearly stolen. Lex has it. Half-court heave at the buzzer. It's no good, and that's how the third quarter is going to come to an end. 42-39. SNU with the lead as we head to the final stanza here at Oklahoma Christian. We'll be back right after this. This is SNU basketball.
At SNU, we recognize the sacrifices made by our nation's veterans and their families. Whether you're looking to move up in the ranks or start a new career, we have degree options and support systems in place that will help you find success during and after college. SNU has a team dedicated to helping you make the most of your VA benefits for education and the post-9/11 GI Bill. Together, we'll find the academic support you need and connect you to support groups in your local community, whether you study on campus or online. Going back to school can be a streamlined, rewarding process. Let us show you how. To learn more, visit pgs.snu.edu/veterans.
Fourth quarter time here in Edmond as SNU and Northwestern tangle in Great American Conference action. Luke McConnell here with you at the Eagles Nest at Oklahoma Christian. 42-39, SNU with the lead. Northwestern with the basketball. Johnson has it at the left elbow to Brown. Gillette overplayed, but Brown picks it up. Pass deflected, and it's tracked down by Massey Beard. 3-on-2 break. She looks for help. Leaves it back for Lex. In the corner, Monahan. Into the paint. Out to Jones. Up top, Lex penetrates the zone. Back out in the corner, Monahan with it. Across the lane, fires it off the glass too strong. And Maya Johnson the rebound. She leaves it back for Shepard. And the Rangers will bring it across the timeline. SNU led by as many as 12 in the first half. The Rangers closed the deficit to 1 on multiple occasions in the third. Johnson runs over Lex, no call either way. Missed the shot, and a foul going to be on Northwestern. It's going to go on Bailey Brown, and that's number 4 on Bailey Brown with 9:06 to play. A lot of contact there between Johnson and Lex Jones. Lex might have been in the restricted area. SNU fortunate that there was no call there. The Rangers stay in that 2-3 zone. They've been in it the entire game, and it has been a problem for SNU. Peyton Jones fires a three-pointer. It's off the back iron, no good. Brown has the rebound for the Rangers. Shepard will bring it across for Northwestern. Shepard on the right wing. Skip pass, Josina Frame. Gets Jones to fly by, shovels over to Maya Johnson, and she lays it in with the left hand. 1-point game, 42-41, 8:35 to go. Lex bounces it over to Monahan. Monahan breaks the press all the way to the basket. Layup rolls off, knocked out of bounds from behind by Scout Frame. It'll be SNU basketball with a fresh 20 on the clock. 8:25 to play. Lex fires it up top to Peyton. Now Gillette. Probing, looking for help. Finds it in Lex. Lex into Johnson. Shot is too strong, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. The officials have gone to the wrong side multiple times this afternoon for the foul indication. Maya Johnson getting an explanation on the foul call. That was her third. Whitfield will check in for her. And Lex at the line for 2 free throws. She's got 5 points today, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. First free throw's up and long. One more here for Lex, the senior from Burleson, Texas. Averaging 6 assists over her last 4 games. And she missed both of them. Bailey Brown has the rebound. Still a 1-point game for SNU. 8:10 to play. Shepard moving left. Working on Monahan to the baseline. Rises up, missed the shot. Whitfield deflects the rebound out of bounds. So the Crimson Storm maintain their 1-point lead, 42-41, 7:55 to play. SNU 0 for 3 to start the fourth quarter. Rangers 1 for 2. Monahan on the right side. Skims it over to Gillette. Lex Jones now on the left side. Back to the middle. Leaves it for Gillette on the left wing. She drives. Back to Peyton. Peyton in the corner to Monahan. Looking for help. 5 on the shot clock. Gillette step back three-pointer is on the way. And she rattled it home. Big shot from Kennedy Gillette. And SNU back up by 4. Shepard on the right wing. Frame and Lex Jones working at it. Frame runs over Massey Beard and count the basket and the foul. It's going to go on Massey. That's going to be number 3 on her. And the second team foul on the Crimson Storm. Excuse me, first foul on the Crimson Storm in the quarter. Scout Frame up to 16 points. Averaging 22 over her last 2 games. Had 19 against the Crimson Storm back on February 6th in Alva. Abby Nehus back in for Massey Beard. Frame's free throw is good. And back to a 1-point game again, 45-44. Rangers have responded to every big shot here in the period. And a foul coming on Jarrah Whitfield as she came over the back of Monahan. Third foul on the Rangers. Gillette. Now Gillette at the foul line with it. Back out to Lex. Lex probes to Monahan. She'll fire up a three-pointer. It's no good. Shepard has the miss. Rangers can take the lead on this possession with 6:48 to play. Whitfield, wide open three, is on the way in short. Rebound fought for. Josina Frame has the rebound. Kicks it out to Brown. Whitfield dumps it into Frame. Frame's doubled. Kicks it back out to Whitfield. She'll drive, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Monahan. She pleads her case. But it's going to be number 4 on Emily Monahan. The second team foul on the Crimson Storm. Peyton Jones will check out. Georgia Adams back in for SNU. Fresh 20 on the clock here for the Rangers. Josina Frame with it, left wing. Adams harassing her, gets it to Scout Frame. Frame sizes up. Nehus missed the jumper. Rebound's knocked out of bounds by Brown as she knocked it out of Monahan's hands. So SNU basketball still leading by 1, 6:17 to play. 45-44 our score. Monahan up top to Gillette. Right wing to Lex. Lex penetrates back out to Gillette. Bounce pass in the corner, Monahan. Back to Gillette. Gillette inside. Back to Monahan. Monahan. Floater in the lane. Missed it. Nehus the offensive rebound. And a foul coming up on the Rangers down low. It's going to be on Frame. Just the third foul on Frame. Fourth team foul on Northwestern. Maya Johnson back into the game for Northwestern. Fresh 20 on the clock for SNU with 5:55 to play and a 1-point lead. Gillette penetrates. Tried to go over to Lex. Intercepted by Frame. Brown into the front court. Leaves it back for Frame. She'll tee up a three-pointer. It's an air ball. Maya Johnson, the offensive rebound, missed the shot. Nehus tips the rebound out to Adams, and it's a 2-on-2 break for SNU. Lex into the paint, around Shepard, and she lays it in with a left hand. Big shot for the senior. She's got 7. And SNU leads by 3 again, 47-44. 5:20 to play. Shepard between the circles. Holding against Monahan. She moves right. Looking to post up Brown. Adams with a nice help defense. Pass finds Frame in the corner. Now Johnson across the lane. Missed the shot long. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Georgia Adams as she stepped over to try to take the charge. So 2 shots here for Maya Johnson. That's the first foul on Georgia Adams. Johnson 4 for 4 at the line today. She's got 10 points. Normally a 53% foul shooter. First one's off to the left, no good. One more shot here for Johnson. She hits it, 47-45. Lex to Monahan in the middle. In the corner, Adams. Back up to Monahan. SNU working some clock here. Gillette on the left wing in the corner to Adams. She'll fire up a three-pointer from there and knock it down. Georgia Adams with her first three-pointer of the game. And SNU up 5. Huge shot from the freshman there. Shepard up top to Johnson. They dump it down low to Brown, and Lex a little too aggressive coming over the top. That's going to be her third foul. 4th team foul on SNU. And that'll send Bailey Brown to the line for 2 free throws. But it'll be a timeout on the court first. 4:34 to play. SNU up by 5, keeping the Rangers at an arm's distance. We'll be back after this. This is SNU basketball.
Hello and welcome to our broadcast. My name is Danny Thomason and I am the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. You know, we compete in 16 varsity sports in Division II NCAA. And we could not pull that off without the help of a lot of wonderful sponsors. And so we would like to take this opportunity during the broadcast to say thank you to so many of our wonderful sponsors that help make our athletic competitions possible. So thank you and enjoy the remainder of the broadcast. Bolts up.
.434 to play in Edmond. 50-45, Southern Nazarene with the lead over Northwestern. Luke McConnell here with you at the Eagles Nest at Oklahoma Christian, the site of today's conference game due to some issues at the Sawyer Center. Bailey Brown's first free throw is no good off the back iron. She's got 7 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists today. Number 5 in the conference in assists at 4 per game. Second one is good for Brown. It's a 4-point game, 50-46. Adams has it, but she landed on half court. Trent May can't believe the call as the official called over and back. So a turnover at a critical time for the Crimson Storm. Shepard has it up top. Adams harassing her. Johnson has it top of the key. Now to Brown. Brown drives by Gillette, looking for help. Finds it in Frame. Frame into the paint, and a foul from behind. It's going to be called on Peyton Jones with the bump. So 2 free throws for Josina Frame, who's a 76% foul shooter this season. 4-point lead for SNU with 4:13 to play. Frame's first free throw is good. It's a 1-possession game again. And the lane violation is going to be called on Maya Johnson on the second free throw. So wave that one off. So 3-point game. SNU still with the lead. Adams behind the screen from Lex, kicks it out. Peyton drives, 15-foot jumper is good from the freshman. And the 2 freshmen combine beautifully there. Long lead pass ahead to Frame, dumps it down low to Brown. She's doubled quickly in the corner. Scout Frame, 3-pointers on the way and good. A huge answer for Northwestern. And it's a 2-point game at 52-50. Lex doubled in the backcourt, lobs it ahead to Adams. And Adams gives it back to Jones. Peyton into the paint, kicks it out. Adams, she'll fire up another 3. Long all the way. Brown the rebound for Northwestern. 3:25 to play. Shepard across the timeline. Dumps it down low to Johnson. Johnson working on Nihus. And she got a block! And that's the record for Abby Nihus. Abby Nihus, the new school record holder in career blocks with her 6th block of the game. Is deflected out of bounds off of Nihus, 15 on the shot clock. But congrats to Abby as another record falls for the senior from Mustang. Frame to Brown at the foul line. Kick corner, Josina Frame for the lead. It's no good. And the rebound goes off of Brown, out of bounds. It'll be SNU basketball. Nihus caught an elbow to the face as Johnson turned into her before the block. She's still working that jaw a little bit. Gillette on the right wing. Adams. Back to Gillette. To the foul line and Lex. Lex penetrates, dribbles back out. Tries it again. Top of the key to Gillette. Gillette crosses over, leaves it for Adams. In a crowd, 8 on the shot clock. Adams out to Lex. Left wing threes on the way, skims over the iron. Offensive rebound, Gillette with 2:34 to play. And SNU will run some clock here. Lex holding on the left wing. Skip pass, Gillette. Bounces it over to Peyton. Peyton behind the screen. Back to Lex. 5 on the clock. Gillette's going to have to fire it up. It's off to the left, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Shepard has it. And then it's deflected by Adams. It goes out of bounds off of Shepard. Huge play by the freshman, Georgia Adams, who's made several of them here in the fourth quarter, and SNU maintains possession with a fresh 30-second shot clock with 2:13 to play. Gillette bumped, but found it to Peyton Jones. Back to Adams. Back to Peyton. She'll fire up a deep three-pointer. It's no good. Another offensive rebound for Gillette. 17 offensive rebounds for SNU today. 2 of the best in the conference going at it. And SNU leading the way today on that one. Frame bumped baseline, and a foul is going to be called. That'll be the 5th team foul for the Rangers, and Peyton Jones will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's foul number 4 on Scout Frame. Big moment. She's got 20 today. And Peyton Jones at the line. She's got 11 and is looking to push this to a 2-possession game with 2 free throws. First one's up and good. One more here for the freshman from Alva. And she got them both. Timeout called by Trent May. A 30-second timeout here for SNU. We will keep it here as well, as they announce Abby's new record. Just kidding, it'll be it's a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. 1:48 to play. PA just announced Abby's new record. 54-50, SNU with the lead. Crimson Storm 8 of 27 from the field in the second half. Rangers 9 of 26. Crimson Storm have knocked down 4 3-pointers in the second half. The Rangers have knocked down 3 for the game. SNU 7 of 29 from deep. Peyton Jones leading the way with 13 points. And SNU's 17 offensive rebounds have turned into 14 second chance points. The lead is 4 for the Crimson Storm. Brown, Shepard, Johnson, frame and a frame out there for the Rangers. Nehus, Adams, Gillette, Jones, and Jones out there for SNU. Shepard to Johnson. They dump it down low to Brown, but Johnson threw it away. Well high and wide of Bailey Brown. Tasha Dieselhorse not pleased on the sideline. Still a lot of time left. Minute 30 to play. Adams up top to Gillette. To Adams. They dump it down low to Nehus, and it's stolen by Johnson. So a turnover back the other way. Frame in the corner. Quick trigger for 3. Nearly banked it in, but it was short. Lex splits defenders. It's a 4-on-2 break for SNU. Jones, kick corner Adams, and SNU will run clock with 1:10 to play. Gillette doubled, gives it over to Jones. Now back to Peyton. Back to Lex up top. Over to Gillette on the left wing. Gillette in the corner. Peyton. And a foul is going to be called. It's going to be on Bailey Brown, and that is going to be number 5 on Bailey Brown. And Peyton Jones back to the line for free throws. Honestly, didn't look like a lot there from this angle, but the official right on top of it. And Bailey Brown fouls out for the second time in 3 meetings between these two schools. And Peyton Jones looking to extend the 4-point lead with 55 seconds to play. First one rips through for Jones. And she'll have one more. She knocked them both down. She's got 15. And a timeout, Northwestern. 30-second timeout. We will keep it here, 56-50. SNU with the lead with 55.5 seconds to play. Brown finishes the game, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists for Bailey Brown, who's really been doing it all for the Rangers this season. Nearly averaging a double-double and 5th in the conference in assists. So the Crimson Storm have really hung in there with defense this afternoon. This will be could be the 4th in the last 5 games to shoot less than 40% against the Crimson Storm. And the 4th in the last 5 to shoot under 32% from three-point range. So the Crimson Storm getting things done on the defensive end on a day where the offense has really kind of dried up after the first quarter. An early second quarter, SNU led 26-14. The Rangers have battled back. They cut it to 1 on multiple occasions in the second half, but SNU has answered every time. Whitfield on the sideline, looking to get it in to Josina Frame. Frame stops, cut off by Peyton Jones, lost the basketball, but Scout Frame tracks it down. Frame with 46 on the clock. Working down on Lex Jones. The double team comes, spins through, gets it back out to Whitfield. Whitfield steps back, fires a three-pointer over Gillette. It's no good. Lex, the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Northwestern. It's going to go on Josina Frame, so Lex Jones will go down to the other end for 2 free throws with 35.7 seconds to play. So Lex at the line for 2 free throws. She's 1 for 3 today. Missed her both free throws on her last trip. She got 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. First free throw is good and pushes this to a 3-possession game, 57-50. Second one from Lex is good. And SNU leads by 8, 58-50 with 35.7 seconds to go. Shepard will race across half court, guarded by Adams. Freshman on freshman there. Leaves it for Scout Frame. Frame to the elbow, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Lex Jones, and that is going to be number 4 on Lex. She can't believe it. And Scout Frame will go to the line for 2 free throws, trailing by 8 with 23 seconds to play. Frame 20 points today. Second straight 20-point contest. Third straight of at least 19 points. Hits the first free throw. She'll have one more. She goes 2 for 2. 58-50. And Trent May will call timeout to advance the basketball, and SNU will inbound in front of the Crimson Storm bench on the other side of this 30-second timeout. Northwestern 1 for their last 9 from the field. And SNU has clamped down defensively here in the fourth quarter. The Rangers 3 of 13 from the field this afternoon. And SNU 4 of 13 from the field. 2 of 8 from three-point range. Those have been big. 6 of 8 at the foul line. They're 13 of 17 from the foul line today. SNU circles the wagons, and it comes into Peyton Jones, who's quickly wrapped up and fouled by Lizzie Shepard. So Peyton Jones back to the line where she's 7 of 8 today. 83% at the line coming in. That's the 4th on Shepard. First one from Jones is up and good. She'll have one more. SNU's gotten contributions from everyone today. Everybody who's played today has scored. Jones goes 2 for 2. She's got 17 tonight. And a timeout for Northwestern to advance the basketball with 22 seconds to play. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. SNU leading 60-52. We'll be back with the finish right after this. Quickly back to action here as Jarrah Whitfield fires up the three-pointer. It's no good. Shepard saves it, but right to Gillette, and she's wrapped up by Maya Johnson. And Kennedy Gillette will go to the line on the other end with 13.7 seconds to play. Looking to put the finishing touches on the Crimson Storm's 5th consecutive win. They will move to 7-5 with the victory and gain some ground on East Central and Southeastern in the Great American Conference standings as Gillette hits the first. Gillette goes 2 for 2. The lead back to 10, 62-52. Shepard, top of the key, behind the screen from Frame, leaves it back for Frame. Into the paint, left-hand layup is good. With 1.6 seconds to go, Adams inbounds to Nihus, and she fires it up ahead to Lex, and that's how this one's going to end. SNU survives a very strong effort from Northwestern, and they come away with a 62-54 win over Northwestern Oklahoma State today, as the Crimson Storm moved to 7-5 with their 5th consecutive win in Great American Conference play. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll go over final stats analysis. We'll hear from Abby Nihus and head coach Trent May and get their thoughts on today's victory. And SNU knocks off Northwestern 62-54. We'll be back after this. This is SNU basketball. Welcome back to the Eagles Nest at Oklahoma Christian University. SNU knocks off Northwestern today, 62-54, the final score in Edmond, as the Crimson Storm moved to 7-5 overall this season, winners of 5 consecutive games. SNU shoots just 33% from the field today. They were 7 of 29 from three-point range, 17 of 21 from the foul line today. That's SNU's third consecutive game of 80% or more at the foul line. Northwestern 35% from the field today, 3 of 15 from three-point range, 13 of 16 at the free throw line for the Rangers. SNU 17 offensive rebounds that turned into 14 second chance points. SNU 18 points off 18 Northwestern turnovers. And the Rangers a 28-16 edge in points in the paint, and SNU a 13-4 edge in fast break points. Individually for SNU, 17 points for Peyton Jones to lead the way, 14 points for Kennedy Gillette, 9 points for Alexis Jones, 7 points for Cassandra Awatt, 5 for Emily Monahan, 5 for Georgia Adams, 2 for Massey Beard, 3 for Abby Nehus, including 6 blocks to set a new school record. 24 points for Scout Frame to lead the way for the Rangers. And we are joined now by the head coach himself. Should be right there below you. By the head coach himself, Trent May, discussing the 62-54 win for the Crimson Storm. And Trent, a hard-fought win for you guys today, but ultimately your 5th straight win and moves you to 7-5 this year, and you don't apologize for wins.
I do not apologize. Yeah, I do not apologize for wins. Maybe once upon a time, but learned my lesson a long time ago, so you take them, absolutely. Girls earned that win today. They did not give us that win. Nothing easy. I got to commend them. They played really well. What they've been doing lately, they're doing it well. You know, they had a good win against Southeastern. You know, I mean, that's even though it's been a week as well, you know, that spurns momentum. And so, you know, they come out today and they played a hard, gritty. They're getting better, you know, and so their players are playing with confidence, and so they definitely did that today. But thankful for what our girls did on the court together. They earned it. It wasn't pretty on the offensive side, but man, we buckled down defensively, and we still, as a coach, I mean, there's still so many things defensively we could have done better. But obviously, that's me. It's my critical spirit. But we did a good job of really, since our offense wasn't flowing, our defense was, and that's a good thing about getting a victory tonight.
You mentioned how you can't take plays off on defense in the pregame, and that was the case today. Like you mentioned, offense wasn't flowing, but the defense kept Northwestern at bay and allowed the offense to come up with enough big shots to win.
Yep, especially down the end. You know, I mean, it's so many good things today to look at. Just solid minutes before, you know, I mean, Lex wasn't feeling good all game, you know, throwing up before the game, and not COVID, promise, we test her. But, you know, all those things that you just go, oh, my gosh, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. I hope, you know, we're not playing at home. We don't have stat sheets. Just so many things that aren't, you know, we get the visitors' locker room even though we're the home team. You know, I mean, it's just so many tiny little things that, you know, again, you got to be mentally stronger in those things. However, we're continually to overcome. Once you overcome one thing, it isn't just, you don't just snap your fingers and overcome it. You got to continue to work through the you know, procedure and progress of that kind of stuff. So we did. Our girls worked through it today. But I mean, you got Peyton Jones, you know, shots not falling, but hits a big shot in the you know, the fourth quarter, knocks down. I don't think she missed a free throw earlier in the game. After that, she didn't miss one. Those are big moments. You know, a freshman's going to the free throw line and she knocks down, you know, 6 consecutive? If not 8. So, I mean, just boom, 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 knocks them down. I mean, those are big minutes. Georgia's three-pointer, you know, at the baseline there late in the fourth quarter, huge three. I mean, those are freshmen on the floor playing into the game minutes, you know, making big plays. And then you have Abby, who is now, you know, the SNU queen of block shots. That's a phenomenal record that's been around for a long time. Super proud of her, and her teammates are just celebrating her in the locker room big time, and she deserves it. And so she has the GAC record and the SNU record. Those were both big records that have been held for a while, and so super thankful for what she's doing, and she's, you know, and she's just getting it done. She's protecting our paint and doing a great job at that. So there's a lot of good things to see today on the floor and to talk about. And Kennedy Gillette, man, she played a lot of minutes and was really gutsy and had some big buckets herself, you know. And she's a catalyst out there that does a lot of glue things that you need from your team.
You mentioned Peyton's free throws as a team, 81%.
Oh, man.
That's 3
Okay.
straight, over 80%,
Okay.
5 straight, over 70% for you, and that has been something for you that you've harped on, and
Man,
you're
I
seeing
tell you,
it now.
I tell you, I don't. I mean, and love it because a lot of people try to give advice, and you just go, okay, sounds good, let's try. I mean, there was nothing we weren't trying, apart from things you can't do anymore, but they just, they're stepping up and being resilient, knocking those down, and realizing that, man, we're super capable. And then once you see it done, now it's becoming on the other side. It's become a good habit, and it's really forming a great thing that we need from our team. Especially, I mean, the end of this game today was critical, knocking down all those free throws, and it wasn't as close as it could have been. How do we miss those free throws?
You're on the road on Saturday against a tough East Central team. You got the better of them back in early February at home.
Mm-hmm.
What goes into that game against the Tigers?
Man, they're just tough. It's interesting to watch them play from the standpoint of just there's not a lot of deficiencies in my opinion. They're going to throw 7-8 girls on the floor, just know how to play basketball. The good IQ piece. They share the ball really well. They know their strengths and they play well to them, kind of like Northwestern did tonight. They can shoot the ball. They can, so there's just a lot of things. So I mean, it's there is no really, obviously, like tonight, there's no easy games. We just got to continue to be who we are and then not lose sight of our focus and what we're trying to do.
Trent, congratulations on the win, and we will see you in Ada on Saturday. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Abby Nehus, the SNU queen of block shots. We'll see how she takes that nickname. So we'll take a break. When we come back, Abby Nehus joins us next here on the SNU postgame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Edmond. We're joined now by Abby Nehus, senior forward from Mustang, and the new, at least anointed by your coach, Trent May, the new queen of block shots in SNU history. Abby, congratulations on another record falling.
Much.
And Abby, it was a tough game today, but defense is what you guys leaned on. What was kind of the mindset is the offense was struggling a little bit, and you guys had to lean into your defense a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we started getting our rhythm a little bit in the second half. Towards the end, we did what we needed to do, but like you said, especially starting off, it was a little rough, so we really had to lean into our defense and know that if we're not going to score, then we need to make sure they don't score either.
Weird week for you guys after the win against Southwestern. Game canceled while you're in Durant for power outages, all the snow and everything. Not sure if this is going to happen. Then you have to play it in Edmond. What's the week been like for you guys as a team, just kind of battling through all the challenges?
Yeah, it definitely has been a strange week. I mean, even whenever we were snowed in and we weren't having practice, we weren't having class, most of the time we are around each other. I mean, we had a day off on Monday and we all came up to the court and the workout room and we got some extra work in, and I think that's just speaking more to the fact that like we're all bought in and we're working for it.
Abby, you guys have won 5 straight games now. What's working well and what are things that you're looking to kind of nitpick on yourselves to improve on going forward?
What's working well, I would say that sometimes things aren't going to work well, and kind of just working through that and understanding if certain things, certain offenses, certain defenses aren't working for us, that we just have to be adaptable and work around that and really work together.
All right. Well, Abby Nehus, the new career leader in block shots at Southern Nazarene University. Abby, congratulations again, and best of luck on Saturday against East Central.
Thank you.
That's Abby Nehus, and we will step aside, and when we come back, we will have the start of the men's game here on Crossover Radio and the SNU Athletics YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.